Hello everyone, it is Killer Shrew Fan here, ready to bring you yet another exciting episode of Killer Shrew Fan's Killer Toy Reviews. And when I say exciting, I mean pretty exciting, because today we've got something special for you. It is our first Schleich figure review here at Killer Shrew Fan's Killer Toy Reviews. And not just any Schleich figure, oh no. It is this Schleich figure. The Schleich Dunkleosteus figure, to be exact. And what's even more exciting about this particular figure review was it was requested by SpinoGuy / Spinosaur Slasher. And it is just so nice to see people requesting to see more of our videos. It's nice to know that you guys appreciate what we do enough to ask us to do it more. So thank you very much for that request. But without further ado, let's give you guys a closer look at this Dunkleosteus figure. As you can see, he does come with 3 tag type attachment things going on there. 2 on the front fins and 1 on the tail fin. The first one of interest is on his right fin. It is the Schleich tag showing what dinosaur / prehistoric creature that is. And if you fold it open, you get some fun little factoids concerning the Dunkleosteus. But you can read that on your own time. These videos are long enough as is. Now, what's interesting about this tag is it is a rubber type band attachment, so you can slip it on and put it on, or slip it off and put it on as you please. And if you're no stranger to my channel, you know how much I enjoy that. On the other side, you've got the official Schleich tag, and then on the back, you've got the Schleich sticker with the 3 and up warning and barcode. But without further ado, let's give you a closer look at the dinosaur figure itself. Even though this is not technically a dinosaur, that's what we're gonna call it here. Deal with it. Starting off at the head, as you can see, they have sculpted all of those iconic armored plates that you know Dunkleosteus for, all around the head there. From both sides, there they are. They even included all of these little divots and scratches and lovely little details on that armor, which I think is just gorgeous. From the front, you can see those bony, chomping teeth, and as with many Schleich figures, he does have an articulated jaw, which opens with very little effort. It's pretty easy, which I like to see. And another thing of note is the mouth, the chompers in there, are not that sharp, so if you're getting this for a kid, don't worry about them putting their eye out. They should be fine. You've got very shark-like eyes painted in there, but they do not have a lot of gloss. They're kind of just a matte finish, which is a little unfortunate. Going up the body, as you can see, there are gaps between these armor plates, and in between they have sculpted tiny pebble-like scales which continue all the way down the body, and this level of detail is just staggering. And the best part about this figure, in my humble opinion, is how all of those little scales feel to the touch. It's like you are touching an actual reptile, and it is just amazing. The front fins here, you've got more of that scaling going on, but when you get to the actual fin itself, they've sculpted in some lovely divots just to give it a texture on both sides there. Going down the body, you can see some more plate-like scales flanking the creature's side there, just to give it even more armor, which I believe is accurate, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know much about Dunkleosteus, but this is making me want to learn. The back flippers are pretty much the same story as the front, but they are a little smaller. Dorsal fin there with the similar divot texturing going on. You go all the way down the tail. The tail comes to a very graceful sweeping motion, as if the creature is currently thrusting its body side to side to propel itself forward. And another lovely little detail is the wave in this tail fin. As the tail is moved back and forth, the fin is buckling and curving under that pressure. And that is just an amazing little detail, if you ask me. The creature is slanted slightly towards the right, and the tail goes off to the left in a paddling motion. Because of that right, you've got some striations here where the skin is buckling and meeting and folding. Not that impressive. They look more like lines just sculpted in. But really, that is my only complaint about this figure's look, is how that seems a little lazy. Other than that, it is just incredible. The feel of it is what gets you when it comes to this toy, and it is just amazing to hold it in your hands. The entire figure is done with a sort of rust orange color on the main section, and then get more silver with the armor area and the tail fin. On the underside there, you've got all of the pertinence, Schleich 2015, made in China, all that good stuff. And you've got a lovely chest armor plate with even more of those lovely scratches and divots. And I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of Schleich, but what I always do appreciate about their models is definitely the feel. I don't know if it's the material that they make it out of, or how they sculpt it, but there are so many pebble skin dinosaur toys out there, but none of them feel as realistic as this does. I mean, I just love running my hand over this. It's just so satisfying feeling all of those individually sculpted scales beneath your fingers. And I think that's definitely where Schleich shines, is how their models feel. Not necessarily how they look, but definitely how they feel. So just how big is this Dunkleosteus figure? Well, let's bring in our ruler and get a look, shall we? So from the tip of the tail all the way to the front of the mouth, you're looking at right around 7.5 inches, 8 inches. I'd say it's closer to 8 inches than 7.5 inches. And then it is about, at its widest point, about 3.5, maybe 3, about 3.25, 3.5 inches long. So not a bad size on this figure. Let's do some size comparisons for you. For size comparisons, let's start off by bringing in the recently reviewed, new for 2017, Safari Limited Chronosaurus, and as you can see, this massive figure is much larger than this guy, although this guy sizes up pretty well next to him. He comes to about the little, not quite to the back paddles of the Chronosaurus, and he's about as wide as the Chronosaurus's midsection, so definitely not a bad size for this model. Now next we're going to bring in another Schleich figure, so if you're no stranger to them, you may own this figure already. It is the Schleich Carnotaurus, and there they are standing next to each other, and you can kind of get an idea on the size of this figure if you own this one. And of course, if you don't have either of those figures, feel free to head on down to your kitchen and grab yourself a nice fresh banana. And that way you can kind of get an idea how this figure would size up to an everyday Dole banana. Well folks, there you have it. That will conclude our look at the Schleich Dunkleosteus figure. Overall, I think this figure is deserving of a solid, I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. That is my final rating. As you know, I am not a huge fan of Schleich. That's why I don't have many Schleich reviews on my channel. But I will say, when they get it right, they get it right. This figure, oops, my bad. This figure is one to satisfy. And if you're willing to spend the money, definitely one to add to your collection. Again, I want to thank SpinoGuy / Spinosaur Slasher for requesting this video. I really do appreciate knowing that you guys want to see more of my content, and I want to apologize for how long it took to get this video out there. I've been very busy, but I do promise to continue to deliver on more dinosaur toy reviews, so have no fear. They just might be a little more spasmodic for a while. But thank you for sticking with me through all of that. I really can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Now that I got all that sappy stuff out of the way, I want to know what you guys think of this figure. Do you own this figure? He is an older figure, so I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Do you like Schleich? Do you own a lot of their collection? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, I hope you enjoyed our video here. If you did, don't be afraid to give us a like and hit that subscribe button so you can see all of our killer toy reviews. We will see you in our next video.